So I've been working for a few days now trying to get this bearing assembly out of my 2000 Subaru Outback, and really trying to avoid having to take off this whole suspension integral hub piece here, because that would be just a whole lot of not fun work. I was finally able to remove this pressed bearing from the Subaru, and the way that I was able to do it is with this slide hammer. I've had some good luck using slide hammers with my Subaru here. It's a 5-pound model that I picked up from Napa, and that's the packaging right there. Kit comes with it's a hub puller. It's also got a jaw puller, a few other attachments by Evercraft. And the other piece that I picked up, this one I got from AutoZone, and it's a front wheel drive hub puller, and that ends up being the part that fits over the hub. So that was what I needed. The next thing I did, which I didn't get a video of, was of myself reattaching the bearing assembly to the knuckle and then using the slide hammer to pull the hub off of the bearing assembly. The ideal order of operations would have been to leave the hub bolted to the knuckle and then use the slide hammer to pull the spindle, the hub, out of the bearing assembly, and then reattaching the slide hammer to the bearing assembly and then pulling it separately out of the knuckle. And here's the step to separate this inside race of the bearing assembly that comes off on the spindle when I took it off with the slide hammer. So what I did is just cut this down, this notch in there with a Dremel, and then it just quite easily chisels out with just a standard, it's a 3/4 inch cold chisel and a hammer. So that step is gone quickly, and that seems to work pretty well. Alright, and the next step is press the old spindle onto the new bearing assembly. So I've got both pieces with a little coat of grease on them, hopefully prevent it from seizing up in the future, maybe make the installation a little bit easier. That on top of that, this is the 32mm socket that works for the axle nut on the Subaru. That makes a perfect little press extension there. And this is a 6-ton hydraulic press I got off Amazon for $119. So that is the next order of operation. So there's the pressed together spindle and bearing assembly. So that was really important to have this press as a tool to do that. It's really important that you support the bottom of the bearing really well when you're pressing the spindle on. Otherwise, you'll knock that bottom bearing out and ruin that new piece and have to start over. So yeah, support the bottom bearing really well on a steel plate or something like that, and then you can press the spindle on. Alright, so I'm about to press the bearing and spindle assembly back onto the knuckle here. I cleaned that up really well with this a Dremel and wire brush attachment. Just got all the rust and Mars off the inside of that surface. Put a layer of grease on it, and now I'm going to put that back together. Alright, it's difficult to see because this dust shield was installed now, but the bearing assembly is most of the way pressed in to the knuckle, which is behind back here, and all of the difficult work from the project will be done. This is being done pretty easily just using this 32mm socket to tap on, not too hard with that hammer. It's been pressing in well, and that'll be a great finish to changing the rear bearing assembly on the 2000 Subaru Outback without having to remove this entire back knuckle. That's definitely the easy way to do that project. Thanks.